with Liga MX being like a weekend only thing, or at least just a little bit more random during the week, I wanted something else to bet on, something else I personally like to bet on. I just haven't showed you guys, but I think I like to share it with you guys just to have something more to bet on during the week. And I personally like them. I think they're fun. So let's get right into it. Got some strikeout, some pitcher props for you guys. So first up, we got Paul Blackburn of the Oakland A's. Now, from what I've been seeing, he's been doing a lot of good work on the road. But on that's on the road though. This time they have, they're hosting the KC Royals, and he seems like he's having a hard time at home trying to get over 5 strikeouts. And for that reason, I think I was going with the under is probably the smarter bet. Because as you can see, Washington is one of those teams that limit strikeouts. Take a look at the game log right under, in the picture. Only got 3 strikeouts. They know how to limit strikeouts. But in KC, the Royals, they're right in the middle of the pack. They're ranked 15 out of the 30 teams as far as how often they strike out. But like I said, Paul Blackburn, I don't think he gets these Ks at home. So we're going to go with under 5.5. If anything, he's probably going to sit right at 5. Hey, if he happens to get that 6, I mean, we can't be mad. It was his time. He's been getting better. He's been improving. But from what I see at this point, at home, I think he sits right at 5 again against KC. Next up, for your second pitcher prop, I got Christian Javier under 5.5 strikeouts. Christian Javier, the only excuse I can really give him is that he's been pitching on the road a lot. So he's not pitching where he's better at, which is at home in Houston. But at the same time, his numbers are just so inconsistent. This guy is hard to read as far as how betting on strikeouts. This guy is very hard to read. I mean, just take a look at the log, but ultimately, I think he's not gonna be able to get those 6 strikeouts. I mean, if there was a spot for him to do it at, it was against the Yankees. They strike out quite a bit, and he still couldn't get it done. Baltimore and Miami, those were his last 2 games. They don't really strike out too much. Miami even worse. Miami really knows how to limit strikeouts. Baltimore, right around above average. I would say they're right around maybe in the top 10, 11, 12, something like that. Boston Red Sox, they're right at number 9 as far as teams that strike out the most, or strike out the least, I should say. They're ranked at right number 9. In first place, Cleveland Guardians. They limit strikeouts a lot, and Boston sitting at number 9. I don't really like Christian Javier's chances. Only good part is that he is back at home, but I still think he's going to sit right around 5. But be aware, guys, this guy's inconsistent. Don't be surprised if at home against Boston, a team that doesn't strike out a crazy amount, man, we could see Christian Javier get like 7 Ks. I wouldn't be surprised at that, just because that inconsistency is just hard to track. But ultimately, I'm going to go with the under due to his last couple performances. Should have had more, again, especially against, like I said, especially against the Yankees. He should have had at least 5. He got 4, but still, I think that's just really short for a pitcher of his caliber. Under 5.5 strikeouts. It's my final pick for Christian Javier. Your third and last pitcher prop, I got Luis Castillo under 6.5 strikeouts. Luis Castillo on the road, not so well. He does his best work at home. And just when I thought he was picking up the pace, only 3 Ks against KC. For a pitcher of his caliber, for him being the ace of the Seattle Mariners, I think he should have had at least 2 more, man. I think he could have at least had 5, but to be 3, that's very, very underwhelming. Like I said, he doesn't really do so well on the road. He's been up and then down, up and then down. He has kind of like a trend that goes on that you can catch as the season was going on. But I just think being on the road, and even though it's against a Chicago White Sox team that strikes out a lot, I mean, he was at KC, and they're a team that also strikes out somewhat, and only getting 3. I don't know how much faith I have in him to hit 7, so I think he's going to sit right around 6 Ks, especially being on the road at Chicago. I'm going to take Luis Castillo under 6.5 strikeouts. That's you guys' pitcher props for today. The thing with the strikeout with K props is that sometimes the numbers don't come out until late and hours before, like a couple hours right before the games. So I might not be able to get, some of them that I like in time. I happen to have a little bit of extra time today, so that's why I came out with some of these. Let me know if you guys like these. I'll do a couple whenever it lets me fit my schedule. But these strikeout props, I think they're fun. I really like following them. And hopefully you guys like these picks. If you got anything else, if you got any other picks that are like this for MLB, let me know. Happy to hear it. Let's get this money. Good luck, guys. Enjoy the games. Enjoy.